My grand-granduncle was one of the first Powerball winners back in 1863. So the other day I was reading one of his favorite books, Disney's The Little Mermaid. I got to the page number of the year he won the Powerball, 1863, and I saw a post-dated check with my name on it for a whopping total of $1 million. So was it my lucky day, or was there more to the story? What is up guys, it's your boy Ming. Welcome to today's video. First off, I just want to say our TikTok family just hit 100,000 followers. To me, that is just incredible. I'm just some small local town farm boy. On February 14th of this year, I told myself I would hit 100,000 followers in 3 months. I set the goal for myself and I worked hard towards it. So fast forward to today, I achieved my goal in half the time. Nothing is impossible. If I can do it, so can you. I am beyond grateful my content can reach such a large audience. And I'm really glad people seem to be enjoying my storytime series. I love reading all the comments, so keep them coming. So my Instagram is slowly growing and I'm doing this new thing where I'm posting my favorite comments on my Instagram stories. Comments that really speak to me or touch my heart will make it on the story. So be sure to follow me there and you could be featured anytime. For those who don't understand the endings of my story times, watch to the very end. I explain the endings. Now, let's begin with today's story time. So the other day I was at home talking to my grandpa since he now lives with us because of the global pandemic. If you haven't seen my last video, I talk a little bit about that. So basically he was talking about our family history and he told us that our great-granduncle won the Powerball back in 1863. When I first heard that, I was extremely shocked because I never knew anyone who won the lottery, let alone someone part of our family. But what I thought was really weird was my grandpa said even after my great-granduncle won all that money, he still continued to live his lifestyle as if he didn't win anything. I didn't know my great-granduncle personally. I mean, that would be impossible. But even if he lived frugally, I thought he would have at least enjoyed himself in the simple pleasures of life. I mean, there's no harm in rewarding yourself and buying yourself something nice once in a while. But my grandpa told me he never did. Which begs the ultimate question. What did he do with all that money? Was it buried away somewhere? Was it stolen? No one really knows. I just thought that was absolute crazy because the chances of winning the lottery is so slim. It's not something you could actually imagine happening. I mean, even my grandpa, he spends like $40 on lottery tickets every single week with the same set of numbers for the past 25 years and hasn't won a large sum of money. But whenever my mama goes on a grocery run, my grandpa makes sure that she buys the newspapers so that he can check his numbers to see if he's won. My grandpa is one of the coolest grandpas ever. So he's 95 and the other day he was just training in our backyard. Anyone that deserves to win the lottery, or even just a medium sum of money, it was my grandpa. Like if I ever lived to 95, not gonna lie, I don't think I'll be able to walk. Like I'm 25 right now, and I run out of breath when I run upstairs for dinner. Embarrassing. Alright, I know, I get it. Haha. So right now, my sister is currently studying to be a vet, which is extremely difficult. So my mama said when my sister finished vet school, she would be as happy as if she won the lottery. To see one of her children reach such a high level of success, the pinnacle of accomplishments. I mean, she is the last hope of this family. My mama and papa lost all hope in me after my first year of university. I mean, everybody wishes to win the lottery. Who wouldn't want millions of dollars doing nothing, without doing any work? That would be nice. But it might never ever happen, even if you buy the lottery every single day for the rest of your life. Telling someone you won the lottery is like telling someone I'm Santa Claus. Both completely unrealistic. I'm just kidding, Santa's real. Which is why I thought it was so fascinating. My great-granduncle was one of the first winners of Powerball. But where was the money if he never spent it? Could it possibly be still out there? One could only imagine. So the other day I was reading my grand-granduncle's favorite story, Disney's The Little Mermaid, an absolute classic. But when I got to the page number of the year he won the Powerball, 1863, I saw a post-dated check with my name on it for a whopping total of $1 million. So was it my lucky day? Or was there more to the story? Let's find out. My grand-granduncle won the Powerball in 1863. The other day, I was pretending to read his favorite book during quarantine. As I was reading, I got to the page number of the year he won the Powerball, 1863, and found a post-dated check with my name on it, totaling a grand total of $1 million. I quickly checked the date, and it was dated for tomorrow. I opened Google Maps and searched for the bank, but the only one was 49 days away on tricycle. I was completely famished for that gold. I packed the essentials, and I was off like some fast guy. I got to the location, but the bank was nowhere in sight. I looked at my GPS, but realized my Google Maps was outdated by 22 years. So I updated my maps and found that the bank had been moved to a remote island in the forbidden city of Atlantis. How was I supposed to get there? How was I supposed to get to an island in the middle of nowhere? I saw a boat on the side of a ranch and borrowed it with my chicken's permission. I arrived at the bank, but they told me the check wasn't for me. My grand-granduncle's son's great-grandson had the same name, and this check was meant for him. But the thing is, he had gone missing for 47 years now, and nobody knows where he is, meaning there was no way of accessing the money. For now. My grand-granduncle's son's great-grandson went missing 47 years ago, disappeared without a trace, completely fell off the side of the flat earth. So a few days ago, one of my fans did the research for me and told me $1 million from 1863 was now worth $20 million. I was planning to let this go, but $20 million? There had to be a way to access the money. My precious! Finding my grand-granduncle's son's great-grandson was the only way I could find the answers. But how was I supposed to find a ghost? If there's a will, there's a way. So I took out my calculator and calculated if my grand-granduncle's son's great-grandson was out there, he would be around 80 years old. So I would be looking for an old man. But at this point, it seemed impossible, but I was determined to find him at all costs. If my strategies didn't work at first, I'll find another way. Nothing is impossible. So a year went by, hustling, trying to figure out how to get the money, day in and day out, spending 12 hours a day, 8 days a week. I wanted to rely on myself, but I figured, why don't I just ask my mama? You know, maybe I missed something, or I can find some clues that find access to the money. So I went upstairs and caught her doing Zumba in the living room. I asked my mama, what happened to my grand-granduncle's son's great-grandson? And she told me, my grand-granduncle never had his son's great-grandson. My grand-granduncle won the Powerball in 1863. My grand-granduncle's son's great-grandson, this check was meant for him. He had gone missing for 47 years now. If my grand-granduncle's son's great-grandson was out there, he would be around 80 years old. Turns out, it was all in my imagination, and the money never really existed at all. In fact, I don't even have a grand-granduncle. Oftentimes we like to look for shortcuts to success and create these dreams and fantasies of what if. What if I got $1 million tomorrow? What if I won the lottery? In my quest to find this Powerball money, I realized there is no magic pill. Nothing in life worth having comes easy. It's easy to give up. What's hard is going, yesterday I got nothing from working as hard as I could. Nothing happened from that. I'm gonna do the same thing today, but I'm gonna try to go harder. That's the hardest thing in the world, to get up every day to give 100% and be in the same position you were each day. But mentally, you know you're trying and trying and trying. That's the real grind. Work hard. There are no shortcuts in life. In the process of trying to find the money, I developed the foundational skill sets, work ethic, mentality, focus, commitment, and sheer will I needed. And shortly after, I made my first $1 million ears. Hey guys, if you guys finished the finale and didn't really understand what was going on, basically, here are all the Easter eggs and things you might have missed. So in the story, my character finds a large sum of money, and after a series of events unfold, it is revealed at the end that it was all in his imagination while he was reading The Little Mermaid. The Powerball wasn't invented until the early 1990s. The $1 million check was actually just a bookmark. There was a poster of the legendary Bruce Lee on his wall, so my character created this imaginary world with this whole grandson's great son granduncle thing. And I know, you guys definitely didn't notice this one. In the beginning of the video, I said this.
Could it possibly be still out there? One could only imagine.
So was this story real? I don't know. You tell me. Where's my money? Oh, you mean this? Anyways, this story was cool and all, but the other day, my grandpa told me his only son hid away a treasure somewhere on our land a long time ago. I've always noticed this tree was unusually dead. Because of the global pandemic, I had nothing else better to do, so I decided to set out on a mission. I did not expect to find this.